Hi everyone, Vanakkam, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great honor to speak to you today. Let me explain to you my background to give you some context. I am from a small seaside town in Sri Lanka. Our house was partly made by coconut leaves. About 10 people crowded in a single room to sleep at night. My mother made all the sacrifices with the hope for her son to have a better future. I left Sri Lanka about 25 years ago, and now I'm a cardiologist and I trained in the #1 hospital in America. Through various charities, I support more than 15,000 children every year. Sinhalese or Tamil, they all get help. Okkamalama apai daruwo. Ellarum engal pillaigal. Every child deserves a fair chance at life, whether it's Matara, Colombo, Patikalo or Jaffna. I believe it is a shared responsibility to foster that right. And how do we possibly achieve that in Sri Lanka? As you know, we have a complex history. Several centuries of colonial rule, and then over the past 75 years, corruption, nepotism, mismanagement and wastage. The most unconceivable and biggest curse which we have endured is the calculated division of our country. It has brought our people to our knees. Our elders are dying without medicine. Our children going to sleep without any food. Our mothers and sisters selling their dignity on the street. And rising rates of suicide. A complete breakdown of the way of life. For those loyal to the land, we must feel uncomfortable every day. We need to strive for change, and we be part of that change. We need to help our people, not just token contribution. Our people are pleading. Apiva attarendepa. Engala kaividadinga. Do not let us go. Our country is blessed with incredible beauty, and we have all enjoyed and gained from its culture, the tradition and the values. We are at crossroads here. We have an incredible opportunity to help our country revive. We are all capable of independent thinking. The only way forward is reconciliation. And we all need to rise as one Sri Lanka. In 2004, when the devastating tsunami hit Sri Lanka, we were all able to put aside our differences and work together towards a common good. This is because we had a common threat. The natural disaster did not discriminate. Here we are in a situation of a common threat again with a crippling economic crisis. Reconciliation has various facets, from truth and justice to repatriation. And the one we forget often is remembrance. It was very positive to see on the May 18th, when all denominations formed a circle to allow the remembrance of the victims of Mullivaikkal. To heal, we must remember and change within. I'm saddened with the events over the past 75 years which have hurt all our people. I'm saddened that a few people in power have brought the worst traits among us, have brought so much hatred among us. So let's look at history for a moment. These IMF loans started in 1960s, and between 1978 and 1983 there was significant economic decline. the people's anger were rising with escalating hardship. And what did the government do at that time? They created a diversion. They deliberately promoted a brand of Sinhalese chauvinism, and they created a division between the Sinhalese majority and the Tamil minority. What started as a diversion progressed to war and genocide. We clearly cannot allow this going forward. We all feel pain the same. Forget the color of blood. Our skin is the same. We all love our families the same. We just need to love and respect each other the same. Our need to be united should not be primarily based to get over the current economic crisis, but a long-lasting imprint for the betterment of our country. There is no room anymore for the Urumaya fascist, the overt racist, or the masked racist. The solutions to the problem exist. They have some significant hardships ahead. But let's face the situation together. We need both social and political changes for the better. Deep-rooted divides need to be bridged. For a broader impact on our nation, we need good governance and the rule of law, and that all of us are considered equal. As you know, with many countries who have followed such governance, they have all benefited from this. Like many of you here, I feel the National People's Power, led by Comrade Anura Dissanayake, can and will bring the change our country desperately needs. Some critics of the NPP talk about not having experience to run the complex needs of the country compared to the two mainstream parties. So let's look at what the strength of experience has gained so far. If you look at national debt to GDP in the 1950s, in 1951, it was 16% of GDP. And in 2022, it's a dismal 114% of GDP. So let's put that argument to rest of what experience matters. Some are still stagnated on the idea of what the history of the party 30 years ago and their ideologies at that time. We need fresh thinking and independent thinking to appreciate the current position on credibility, transparency, equality, their adaptability and modernization of their ideologies, and a clear vision to help our country out of this crisis. In March this year, Comrade Anura gave a talk on his position on the local government elections. And at the end of it, he waited for questions. And none of the journalists could come up with any. Why? This is because of his clear understanding of the current political, economical, social, and cultural situation of Sri Lanka. We need leaders to represent the opinion of the people and for the people. We have contended enough with family dynasties running the country like a family business. Last week, I told my daughter, who is 5 years old, that we will be supporting the National People's Power. And her response was, power? I want the power to go back and forwards in time. Ladies and gentlemen, if only we could go back 75 years and start afresh. However, we now have the possibility, we now have the opportunity to work in collaboration and choose our leaders well. The question is, are you willing? All of you know this song by Yohani, Manike Magehite. මට අහන්න ඕනේ අලුත් සින්දුවක්. මැනිකේ නැතුව. රට මගේ හිතේ. Nam Nadu and Nenjil, my country in my heart. Thank you.